Hi, thanks for watching. This is a video walkthrough of the three scrapbook albums that make up my daughter's first year. So I did three albums of just regular pictures and then also did two Project Life albums in her first year. So at this rate, I know there's going to be a lot of scrapbook albums, but just trying to enjoy the process. So actually, I made all the pages that you're looking at. These is all from her first birthday party, and I made all of these pages. These are divided page protector pages. I made all of this while I was pregnant with her. I knew I was going to be busy, obviously, the first year of her life. So while I was pregnant, I made a couple albums and then the pages for her first birthday party. Um, so obviously, I didn't have the pictures then or any of this, memorabilia stuff, but um, everything else, the little inserts and all that stuff, I had already prepped and gotten ready because I didn't want to get behind on scrapbooking, but also knew that I wasn't going to have the time like I used to have. So it's really fun how the colors of the party actually worked out perfectly with all of the paper that I had picked. So yeah, I ended up moving that page to a different album. So it started out, the album starts out with her birthday and then moves chronologically for a little bit, and then it just kind of becomes everything. Halloween's right after her birthday, so those were chronological, but then I don't keep my albums like perfectly chronological because I just don't think there's any reason for that, and it's just kind of undue stress. So from here, it just kind of goes haphazard. So I love to mix different sizes of page protectors. I think it makes albums a lot more dynamic and interesting, especially large photos like that. I invested in a wide format large printer, I think maybe a year, 2 years ago. Well, she's would have had it when she was one, so it had to be at least a year ago. And I love it so much. I just, I would not take back that. It was expensive, but well worth it in my opinion for the, I really need to clean up that album. The strip on the front of it, I haven't taken off completely yet. Um, but it was well worth it. I would strongly recommend anybody considering it to go ahead and get it. Um, I know as I go through my album, sometimes pieces have fallen off because the adhesive starts to get, worn or whatever. So that first page, a little piece had fallen off. And there, I just have a bunch of stuff kind of I threw in there. I wanted to keep it, but I didn't really, want to dedicate a whole page to it. So just kind of a good catch-all for random things that I want to keep, like her first piece of mail, and that they made at school. So I just stuck it in a page protector and kind of glued it shut. Again, lots of different size pages within the 12 by 12 album. I like 12 by 12 albums because they can carry all the different sizes, but um, I don't necessarily only want to scrap in 12 by 12. So that was my mom's 60th birthday. I like to include a lot of things other than just, things specifically about her, about my daughter. Even though these are her albums, I mean, I put everybody's story in them. So um, there I'm putting that page in. This is an album that's just 8.5 by 11. I did a lot of 8.5 by 11 this year, so I ended up just getting an 8.5 by 11 album. So like that's about my birthday and turning 33, and I mean all of these albums are for her anyway, so I just figure I'll put all of pages about anybody else in hers anyway. Then I was in the newspaper for work, so included that, and my parents buying a property, included the story of that. That's a multi-page layout. Um, I love that photo of her. I've always wanted to put something, up in the upper right, but I've never felt inspired to do it. So maybe someday I will. I don't know. Sometimes I just slap a picture on paper and move on. I mean, it's just not always inspiration to scrapbook every single photo. So I'm moving things around here, getting organized here on camera. This was kind of my final go through as I had finished scrapbooking this year for her. So getting everything in order and finished up. So I guess there were four albums, I think, now. This is the fourth album. Is that right? I think three or four albums. And see another one of her school pictures right there. I mean, they're not all next to each other. It's just kind of all interspersed, but all within the same year. So I think that's close enough. And back in the day, like, 15 years ago when I started scrapbooking, I used to obsess that, each page across from each other had to go with each other. But as I've kind of let go of that, it's been very freeing, and it's nice to just not have any rules. Things don't have to be a certain way. I mean, I think it's good to have that freedom. Again, just put a random photo on a piece of paper there. All right, thanks for watching.